Welcome to a Saturday Toy Games. I'm Toy Games, or Angelo, whatever the hell. We're going to talk my favorite characters in the film and how well McFarlane did the figure for that character. But briefly talk about the film as I go on. No spoilers, just briefly what I liked and disliked. And more, it's going to be more about the character, how they were portrayed, and the action figure. Because that's what this channel is about, baby. Toys. Toy Games. Traffic is buck wilding today. Let's go. Let's have some fun. Toy Games! That's you and me, baby! Toy Games! I can't take it anymore! It's Toy Games!
So anyways, let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Let's start with the Kaiju and Baby Kaiju. Baby Kaiju comes with Lex, really beefs up the value of that purchase. Everyone laughed at this design. Everyone thought it was goofy. I had a premonition or a feeling as to why it looked goofy, and I was totally correct. And I will talk about that more later on the Yo Joe Jerk live stream tonight, because I don't want to go into heavy spoilers here. But he looks goofy. He's meant to look goofy. The CGI on the giant kaiju was terrific. The baby kaiju, you really kind of just introduced his character. He's there. He served a purpose, but there wasn't a lot of in-depth detail as to where it came from, and that's just James Gunn's idea of storytelling. He does some things really good with films. He makes them fun. He makes characters fun. He makes action scenes fun. Sometimes he doesn't know how to put the storytelling behind it, and the kaiju is an example of that. The figure. 5 point, maybe less on the giant kaiju. 1, 2, 3 turns at the waist. Arms go up and down. Sculpt is great. Baby kaiju is basically the same thing, blown up. The issue is this should have been bigger. He made a huge Godzilla. McFarlane made a huge King Kong. He made a huge, it's not Grodd, whoever the big ape is that comes with Flash. Twice the size of this almost. So why wasn't this packed with Black Man? Jeez, why wasn't this packed with Superman as the Kong was with Batman? You know what I mean? Big, huge kaiju. Missed opportunity. I do like it though. The sculpt is there. I really like the baby one. Let's move on. The robots looked amazing. I love the blue on the robots. I love the way they animated in the film. Wasn't explained how they got there. Did Superman make them? Did someone else make them for him? Are they just, you really got to shut your brain off sometimes during this film. And I know I'm being negative. I did like the movie. I did. A lot of the naysayers and people that hated it are the usual suspects. You know who these reviewers are on YouTube that just kind of dominate this platform with their negative shit. And listen, when it's The Acolyte, when it's here's what happened. Last Jedi, and I'm going to go on a rant here. The Last Jedi movie in the Rise of Skywalker opened the floodgates to negativity on YouTube. And you know what that does? It puts money in their pockets. These guys are sitting on piles of cash. If you're going to call me jealous, sure. Why would I not be jealous that someone is rich off of just saying woke over and over again? It's lazy. They have money to pay for editors. Everything is done behind the scenes. These are not talented people. I don't give a shit if that makes you not like me because I said that. They've grown popular because of Disney being so fucking bad. And if you like them, that's fine. That's great. They're not all worthless. I do like Critical Drinker at times. I think he's a good reviewer. But the rest can go pound salt up their ass. I'll leave it at that. Having said that, these robots now, this figure is great. Missed opportunity not having swappable chest plates for numbers. Very silly. And the robots kind of were hypocrites. At one time, one says he doesn't care about feelings, and the next moment he's, wants a real name. Very strange writing there again, but they look cool. And the figure, other than the non-swappable chest plate, is really good. Metamorpho, who should have the figure, let's talk about the figure real quick, should have come with Baby Joey. This doesn't make any sense to me, and this wave is kind of all over the place. There's some great things about these movie figures, and there's some odd things. Why he didn't come with Baby Joey and was a deluxe figure as well is strange. Maybe they didn't, he is peg warming. I'll say that. And these boxer trunks in the film are not an issue. I know on the figure they stand out, but in the film, he's just kind of chilling in like a prison cube. The actor gave me like Robin Williams vibes. So did the character. It was almost eerie, like a depressed Robin Williams. Regardless, the character was pretty damn cool. The character was done well in the film, in my opinion. He looked great. Didn't have a ton of screen time, just enough screen time to make him interesting. I liked him a lot, and I like this figure a lot. Nothing more to say there. Ultraman, everyone thought it was going to be Bizarro underneath here, and this and that, and who could it be? It's Ultraman. The name, they told you who it was. He has a U on his chest. I thought he looked badass in the movie. I thought he carried himself well. I thought he looked intimidating. He was like an enforcer, a henchman. I really liked him. And I really like this figure. He does, however, look kind of hippie. Looks kind of puffy there. Not in the diaper. The diaper looks fine here. I know you diaper haters, and that's fine. When it looks bad, it looks bad. It's not the diaper. It's the way the thighs kind of push out. Makes him look a little too hippie. But this is the battle damage version. I really like it. I like the character. This is painted well. A lot of good things going on here. No complaints. Lex Luthor. So everyone's going to love claim Gene Hackman is the best Lex. I thought Gene Hackman was terrific in the Reeve Donner Superman. I actually thought Kevin Spacey played a good Lex in Superman, Returns? Obviously, Jesse Eisenberg was a joke, a complete joke. But this guy, Nicholas Hoult, he nails everything he's in, whether that weird zombie movie, to Beastman, to that movie about getting killed eating dinner. This actor is terrific. This is my favorite interpretation of Lex Luthor on the big screen. He was evil. It's a younger Lex. I know some people had issues with the age, but he was great. You've really, you don't know his motivations for truly hating Superman, other than the fact that people love him, and maybe there's some jealousy. He does admit to some of them things in the film. He was great in it, though. He really was good. He's one of the standouts of the film. I would say Lex, Lois Lane, Lantern, and the other figure I have, I'll talk about next, are the standouts of the film. I did spray a matte spray on this figure, and then I hit his head with a little gloss to make it look like a shiny bald head, because that's what us bald guys have. Let's move on. I don't know who this actor is, but he stole the show for me. Lois Lane was great. My favorite Lois Lane. It's a shame she doesn't have an action figure, because she's the prettiest Lois Lane we've seen. And she actually, in my opinion, overall was the best Lois Lane to date in a Superman film. Loved her. She should have a figure. Mr. Terrific. This actually is a pinless arms, so McFarlane can do pinless when he wants. This character kicked ass. He reminded me of Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder. A friend of mine mentioned that to me, and I cannot agree more. He was like Shaft. He was like a throwback to like 70s style black dudes with that, the badass attitude, really, really fun. He was really good. He stole, this movie dare to say, was less about Superman and more about just superheroes. And that could be a problem for some people, and I get it, and that's definitely a fair criticism. But at least a majority of the sub-characters were great. The engineer sucked. She was generic female villain lady with a weird superpower. Hawkgirl did not come off as a Hawkgirl character should. I forget where they're from, but Hawkman and Hawkgirl kind of talk like they're from another land, not like a spoiled TikToker. I didn't like the way she carried herself and talked. Hawkgirl sucked. The engineer sucked. Everyone else did a great job. This figure has interchangeable faceplates. This figure could have been good, but this being all one sculpt, the jacket not being an overlay over another piece of plastic sucks. I hate when they do that. Sometimes it works. It works on the Lex. It doesn't work here. But you got to have him, though, because the damn actor in the movie, and this character in the movie was so damn good. It's not a total dud. And I just wish it was better, and that is what stops it from being a good figure. Okay, deluxe soups and Krypto. First of all, Krypto's not articulated, and he's a shade too small. I don't know if that's McFarlane's fault for having maybe this figure went into production too early. He's a shade too small, but the sculpt looks good. It's a good static sculpt. The ear is raised for when he hears the whistle. All that makes sense. It's fine. It's fine. It's just a little underscaled. Superman, and a really weird plot twist, happens to have the best Corenswet head sculpt. Figure Arts looks like Shooter McGavin. Beast Kingdoms looks like a greaser, like Frankie Valli or somebody from the movie Grease. The NECA one looks fine, but that's a quarter scale figure. This isn't bad. The figure isn't bad. However, this left hand is from a freaking Batman vs. Superman Alfred. He doesn't come with two fists. What are you doing? Cloth wired cape is fine. The S is on the back. Got to spray a matte on him as well, which is tricky with a cloth cape. You got to tape it and kind of put it to the back. I like the figure, though. I like the entire wave despite the hiccups. I don't like the price point of this wave. Overall, the movie, if you like the Spider-Man Marvel films, not the Sam Raimi ones, the Rami. One time somebody got mad at me for saying Rami, whatever the fucky. The newer ones with what's his nuts? Nathan Drake, bootleg Nathan. He was Nathan Drake, whatever that kid's name is. If you like them newer Spider-Man films, which I do, then you'll like this film. It's like a cartoon. It's like a live-action cartoon. It's for a wide audience. This is meant for kids to like as much as us kid adults. It's not dour. There's no fight scene in front of a Sears. Sometimes the CGI is a little too much. And I think when they're on Earth and they're not surrounded by CGI, it's more fun. Although when they go into Lex's, I don't want to ruin it. Fun movie, not perfect. If you if you need something real serious, then, these comic book movies aren't for you anyway. You know what I mean? That's all I got to say. Till next time, take care. Have fun.
Everything that guy just said is bullshit. Thank you.
Woo! Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah!